Hello, and welcome to ALW Collectibles. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the centerpiece to the Walmart exclusive Toxitron collection line. Toxitron himself. And I know I already covered this figure. This was the third figure I ever covered on this channel. And that's when I was still learning, and I'm still learning to this day, but I think I can present him a lot better now. So I wanted to reshoot the video and give him the attention I think he really deserves, because I really do like this figure. So let's dive into some of the details. As I said, this was the exclusive to Walmart. He is the centerpiece of the new Toxitron line. He is based on a Generation 2 concept that was never used, which was a recolor of the Laser Rod Optimus Prime. This mold is actually the Transformers Universe Generation 2 Laser Rod Optimus Prime, released in the Legacy line, recolored. That is the only modification of it. And then it was recolored again to use as Speedia 500 collection, which was also exclusive to Walmart, RID 2000 Universe Scourge. So all three figures are fantastic looking, and this is him in his oil tanker mode. He is a mid-1990s Western Star 4964 EX tanker. That's what he's based on for his overall look. And the Optimus Prime he's based on was released in 2022, and Scourge was released shortly thereafter. So of the three, he's the last of the mold. So let's take a look at them. He does come apart in two pieces. You got the tanker and his front cab. And I liked a lot of these. I did the Jazz one not that long ago. I really like how they're revisiting concepts that were never used. Let's take a good look in there. I like how there is so much nice detail in there, all the way down into the headlights themselves. I like the purple for the windshields. You have the old school Generation 2 Decepticon logo up there. There's the door with the paneling design. You got the oil tank, gas tanks hanging on the sides. Purple and black for the wheels. Come to the back. Again, nice design layout all over this. Come to the bottom. Even underneath the gas tanks, there's some nice artwork. So what I like a lot about these figures now is that they are really going into detail work with them. Like all of this is nice in here. Some 5mm ports right here in the back. And he does roll quite nicely. So let's take a look at the trailer next. I like the black with the orange sludge coming out of the trailer. When the trailer is pretty much cast in a black with purple and gray. Again, nice artwork. I wish they would have done some kind of like silver or black up here on the top. Most of my complaints with this toy are pretty much just cosmetic. 5mm ports sitting right here. Another 5mm port here. This actually rolls quite freely. Underneath you can see not really much to it, but there is some detailing designing. This is the pin that attaches to Toxitron via that port right there. And altogether he rolls very nicely. So he does come with a couple accessories. I'm going to show these individually. First, he comes with his battle axe. It's translucent green with a gray handle. And there's a 5mm port right in the middle of it. There's a shaft part up on top. And this kind of looks like, if you look at it, the Matrix design right in the middle. There's a reason for that. Second accessory comes with his sword. This one's cast, again, in translucent green. It's like a sludge green. Got two little pins on the side. And a nice little pin right here. It's got a little detailing deep inside it. Handle looks pretty cool. And then the third accessory, he comes with an all bronze and gold matrix color. It's more bronze than anything else. So that's pretty cool. And these weapons can combine. Take the handle, keeping the peg piece pointing out, slides right down the top. And the matrix, was it here? It's been a hot second. Here we go. Connects to that pin right underneath that. So these can combine, and they can be stored on him. I'll show you storage when we get to that point. So we're going to put him aside for a few minutes, and we're going to take a look at his trailer. The trailer is independent standing. If you pull this pin down, it does stand on its own. You got pretty basic for an overall look with it, but again, it has other features on it. It is a transformable platform, so we'll do that first. First thing we're going to do, we're going to take this purple section here, lift it up. We're going to take the two side panels and just pop them down. Lay this flat. We're going to bring this ramp down. And this is a double hinge right in here. So we're going to bring this piece up, and this opens up to reveal a mechanical arm. So you can have this in any way you want, all the way up tall. Or you can bring this down again, and one more time. To a defensive bay. And he is loaded with 5mm ports all the way down the side. These are to note right here. And again, detail work continues on this very, very nicely. Even around the tires, even in here, if you look, there's some nice detail work on both sides. The reason I noted that is with the axe, it is storageable, can be stored. Fold it in half. These two pins here will line up with those. That sits right there. And his sword, using these two pins here, those two spots, can be stored as such as well. There is another accessory here besides this. He does have a gun, and the gun is actually right here. This piece comes off, and even underneath the gun mount, there's a lot of detail work. This is Toxitron's gun. This is one of my complaints with him. For such a cool looking figure, they give him this tiny little weapon. I think they could have done better. Not too impressed with this little gun. And the sword can be stored on him as well, using these two ports and this opening back here. Two ports on the sword. Clip in underneath. I don't particularly like doing it like this, me personally, because the sword can rub on the ground and scratch this all up. That's just me. So we're going to set everything aside again. We're going to put a sword back in here just for a minute. So now we're going to focus on Toxitron himself. Little bio on Toxitron. Toxitron is fully aware that he is a failed experiment, a clone of Optimus Prime that does not live up to his creator's standards. He was abandoned by his creator. Immensely strong, with high endurance, can heal from mostly any and all damage, leaks foul-smelling ooze from every joint as he moves, has a very big disdain for any Transformers that he considers perfect. He is a very violent Transformer. Pretty good looking, pretty good bio. Fits with the character look. I think it looks pretty good. So let's transform Toxitron. First thing we're going to do with him, I always do this because it's the easiest thing to do first. Clip these in, and they do clip nice and tight. Next thing we're going to do is these two panels on the sides. I'm going to bring them up. We're going to come to the top. The cab, we're going to open this up and bring it up. And we're going to leave it in this position for a little bit. Next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to come to the top half, front of the truck. I'm going to split it in half and bring them to the sides. This is on a double hinge, so I'm actually going to move these completely out of my way. I'm going to come to the back, bring up his arm, and I'm just going to move this up. Swing his hips up. And I'm going to open it up by pulling down and exposing this. This is where I actually get confused when I originally got them. This piece here swings down and out as such. It looks like it goes the other way. It doesn't. It opens up all the way. Clips out. These two panels here are going to go underneath. And it's kind of hard to show. There's a clip here and a clip on that side. And on the top of these, there's a clip on each side. So you got to pull this back a little bit, bring these underneath, and then pop those in place. And then this chest piece will sit right on top of that. It clips in nice and tight. Next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to bring his head up over the top. Clip that in place. His arms are back here. Uh-oh, I made a boo-boo. Oop, yep, I did. I always do this in reverse. First thing you gotta do is clear the arm. There's a panel here, and I always do this. That, whoop, refocus. That little pin has to come into this groove before you transform the centerpiece. So I always end up doing that in reverse, and then I have to go back and change it. There, now we're doing it right. These can come up, clip into place. That can clip into place. This here, with this piece here, is going to clip. And you just rotate his bicep. Again, this one here to this one here. Clip, rotate the bicep. Turn his hips around. We're in the home stretch, I do promise you. Open his feet. Separate his legs. We're going to bring this shoulder panel down and over his arm. Open this. His hand's right in there. Flip his hand out, close that panel. Same thing over here. Open. Flip the fist out, close that panel. And where it's on a double hinge, you just bring it down and over the shoulder. And on the back, I'm going to show you one of my cheats. And I need his sword to do this. There's a gray plate in here. You're supposed to pull this plate forward to block this. My fingers are too big, so I take a sword right through this top millimeter peg hole, push it up, clip it in place, and over onto the back. And there is the raging monster, Toxitron, in robot form. I mean, the one thing I didn't specify in the bio is that he was supposed to be made millions of years in the beginning of the war. And after he was abandoned, he wandered aimlessly. You can pretty much imagine he's got a very, very bad mindset. But for all that, he is one cool looking toy. I really like this concept and I like the coloration. It's just the way he looks. I can see him leaking ooze from every joint as he moves. It's very cool in my opinion. So let's take a closer look at him. Very Optimus Prime style head. You got the green on the crown, the silver, you got red eyes. There are no light piping on that, which I'm kind of glad they did not do light piping on this figure. You got gray for the mouth. Nice detail work in here around the neck and head. This, I think, was a little much. They should have done this like a black or even like a silver just to offlet it, but they did it in the purple. Nice detail work again. These panels do move just like the original toy on both sides. They come up. Still have yet to find the purpose for these. Can't figure it out. I mean, it does have a 5mm port, and I can understand maybe another trailer hitch in the truck mode, but that's what this one in the middle's for. So I don't know. Cool looking. You got 5mm ports all the way down here. Weaponizers, fossilizers, hook right onto him easily. Got him on the sides of his legs. And again, you got even more on the back of his legs. I like how the oil tanks clip into his legs so they're not flopping loose. That was something I had a complaint with one of my other figures, is they were so loose. I just wish this logo was reversed on his back somehow, or flipped out of the way so you didn't see it. Articulation wise, head will go all the way around. Up and down. Because of the shoulder, his arm range is very limited though. That's the one big complaint I have. It goes back. If you move this flap out of the way, we'll go forward pretty good. Can come out. And if you move that, we'll go all the way around. Bicep rotation. Elbow bend. And he does have wrist rotation. But what hinders him a lot is this. The shoulder pauldrons. Waist rotation. Get that out of the way. Got a very good front boot. Very good back boot. I like there's nothing in the way of that one. If you come out. Thigh rotation. Knee bend. Got a very good deep knee bend. Very good. He does not have ankle tiltage, but he does have toe articulation. And as I was saying with this bay, if we bring this back in, we can make it look like a repair bay, like the original Transformer Generation 1 Optimus Prime. He can stand right in that bay. The other thing he can do with it is we bring this back down. It is set in line. Bring his gun back in, set that back on top. So it looks like he's firing artillery. So many options with this. One of the reasons I really like this line. He can, of course, hold his cannon, which again, this is the only piece of the toy I really wish they had reconsidered it, because I just think it looks off in his hand heavily. But that's just me. Took the axe from the trailer. You can open that back up. You can hold his axe while at the same time holding a sword, which looks pretty cool to me. But again, you can combine these. And I think that looks much better for him. Just gives him a more unique looking weapon. This is actually how I have mine on display. And of course, like I was showing earlier, the matrix that he comes with fits right in here. So that looks pretty cool in my opinion. The other thing you can do is he does have alternate matrix storage right here in his chest. So we're going to take this top panel and flip it up. And there's an actual spot for the matrix. I don't even know if you want to call this a matrix of leadership or what, because there's never really a clear definition of what it is. It just says matrix. Very cool looking. You're just going to take this, making sure the hollow is in the back. And what I like about this is when you close it, you can actually see the matrix through his windows. So that's it. This is the first reset figure I wanted to do today. Redo figure, I should say. I really did enjoy this figure. I thought he was pretty cool. Set him back up like I have him on my shelf. Staying in the middle of this entire line. Oh! Silly me, I almost forgot. There's another feature I wanted to show you. These two pieces here lift up to reveal missile pods. Now those missiles do not fire off. They're nothing but cosmetic. They're clear, yellowish plastic, like a sludge yellow plastic. And even underneath these panels has some nice little detail work as well. So I said the detail work on this is pretty cool. These panels go up and down, like I said. Really, really brings this character to life. Kind of reminds me of the Transformer episodes where you see the secret jets have hidden missiles in their chest. You only see it once or twice and you never see it again, which is a feature I think they could have used more often. This is Transformers Legacy Toxitron Collection. Toxitron Leader Class. Released in 2023. My final thoughts on the figure. Overall, I like the figure. My complaints are small and nitpicking with him. But overall, I like the character. I like what I've learned about it, because I just learned about the character this year. I didn't know he existed. Oh, one more thing. I totally slipped my mind. This piece can come off entirely as well. And if you want to be completely silly, you can give him a scorpion tail. Sorry, had to throw that in there. Had to throw that in there. I am truly sorry about that. I had to throw that in there. Again, my final thoughts. I really did enjoy this figure. I like it a lot. He is a highlight of my centerpiece on that shelf. And I hope they do release more of the unproduced figures. I really did enjoy this line. I did collect them all. And I kind of found him by accident. I went to the store and I was just browsing through the Transformers section. They had one hidden in the back of the shelf that day, and I grabbed him. And I do not regret the purchase. I think it was pretty cool. So this is ALW and the monstrous Toxitron. Saying I hope you have a good day. If you like what you see, please hit the like button. Subscribe if you wish. Comments are always welcome. I appreciate them very much, and thank you to all my channel subscribers. Greatly appreciated. This is ALW. Have a good day.